Welcome, 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 welcome.
Jeez, how long has it been? Y'all still here? Probably not, to be honest. But I'm just gonna upload this regardless. Okay, so because my OBS mic is absolutely garbage. I was hoping this wouldn't be a consistent problem, but something that I had just noticed. I'm basically recording my voice through a browser. The exact same browser that I'm reacting to this video on. How the hell do people get crisp audio on OBS? I've tried literally everything and it still sounds terrible. Anyways, that's all I have to say for the moment. Enjoy the video. This is the third time I have tried to record this. If it messes with the audio again, or if the audio sounds terrible, I do not care. I am moving forward and I'm posting this video. Anyways, Ghost Rider versus Spawn. This is an interesting one. It's two characters that are so similar that you want to see them fight. I'm obviously going to go for Spawn because he's my favorite comic book character of all time. I think I've read up to like issue 200 of the original Spawn comic, around the Omega Spawn part. So basically in the middle of the Jim Downing era, which I'll be honest, I'm not all that fond of. It's pretty boring. As far as who I think would win, uh, Ghost Rider can only be harmed by holy weapons, and Spawn does have a lot of holy weapons at his disposal. Most notably, Angela's sword, the same sword he used to decapitate Malbosia in issue 100, I think. Yeah. There's only one way to find out. We will press on. See, it's the reference to the HBO show, because he'd always be chilling at the top of the church on that cross too. It's pretty cool.
Ghost Rider versus Spawn.
The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Probably Ghost Rider.
Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer, heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to save him.
I should probably clarify, I did record this portion prior, but the audio was bad, so I've already heard a lot of the jokes here. Or at least I got at least 5 minutes in.
Johnny turned to the only thing that could. Chemotherapy.
The devil.
What a way to... Oh wait, because Crash adopted Johnny, didn't he? Oh great, the audio is fucking up again. Who cares?
Oh!
To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell.
It's funny. I think I'd seen the Ghost Rider movies as a kid, and my parents weren't all that fond of it because, Christian and all that.
For Crash to actually live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up
Wait,
Johnny's
how do
soul,
they
Mephisto
do those
had
edits?
something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an...
Okay, wait, how do they do these edits? It's pretty cool. I wish I learned how. I wish I had the patience to learn how, I mean.
To actually live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath, Zarathos, the Spirit of Vengeance.
So Johnny Blaze lived up to his name and burst into Hellfire, an undead skeleton biker with a sick-ass hug, the 5th scariest Nick Cage performance, the stuntman from...
Wait, what were the first 4? Is it the janitor from, the one... What was that fucking movie? What was it? Willy's Wonderland? Now that one was pretty cool.
Hell, he called himself the Daredevil.
Sorry, Johnny, that name's taken.
Okay, then how about the Ghost Rider?
Sure, we definitely didn't forget that we named the character the same thing only 5 years earlier. All you.
The Ghost Rider was bad news for Earth's sinners and scumbags. He's strong enough to pull down skyscrapers.
Okay, I already read all this, but I'm gonna read it again. Jonathan Blaze, height 6'2", weight 220, former stunt cyclist, yeah. Bound to Zarathos, the spirit of vengeance, former king of hell, fellow Ghost Rider alongside Danny Ketch and Robbie Reyes. Hey, Robbie.
To all physical
Oh, wait. Well, Electro's gonna freaking die.
damage. Only holy weapons that target his soul can harm.
Yeah, which Spawn has. Spawn has holy weapons, so... Actually, the same could be said about Spawn. Oh well.
It's not just his body. His whole arsenal is hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from a
Damnation Stare, Demonic Magic, Hell Cycle, Hellfire, Mystic Chain, Bend Stare, Regenerative Healing, Sin and Soul Manipulation, Superhuman Physique.
infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds, or a flaming missile barbed right out of his mouth. Life goals.
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire, such
I forgot what the power was called, but there's a power. There's a name for the power. I'm gonna call it, I don't know, contamination. Contamination. Oh god, the audio sounds terrible.
as his hell cycle.
Oh, this badass bike can outpace Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky, or released from his...
His boner, Wiz. Get it? And it doesn't just
Friggin'
scorch
Stan.
flesh. Hellfire is so deadly, it can burn away your very soul.
This technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah, Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider.
Oh, it's Sam Elliott. He was a cool Ghost Rider.
And Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that burns your soul to smithereens with just a look. The
Would that work on Spawn? Maybe.
penance stare.
The penance stare inflicts upon its victims
Okay,
every
okay. So it works. Apparently,
ounce of pain they
it works
ever
on other
wreaked
Ghost
upon
Riders.
others. Every
So,
cruelty, no matter how
this would
small
probably... it's a Black Heart.
or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Obliterating your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and
Okay, so this could work on Spawn then.
Danny got into a staring contest, and Danny actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the penance stare to work. Some
Yeah.
people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his act.
Oh, so is it based on regret? I remember this part. I don't remember what issue or what comic it was from. I remember this one particularly. So was it based on regret? Because I know Thanos did the same shit. It didn't work on Thanos.
Actions, but it did work on him on other occasions.
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is two souls in one body.
Oh, right. I should probably... Because I don't know if I said this earlier, but Spawn has his own version of the penance stare too. So, are they like... Is it a battle of wills then?
Body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war
Oh,
of
that's a
control.
cool edit.
Classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, penance stare an entire city, and fly all the way
Just
to
a city?
Asgard, which is a literal infinite distance away.
Asgard is shown to be a higher dimensional space. Incredible. and beyond the final universe. As the Marvel multiverse contains an infinite set of universes, this means Asgard's distance from Earth is infinite. So that's infinite speed already. Isn't that what infinite speed is? It's it's crossing an infinite distance in a finite time. While the first heavenly spirits of vengeance emerged from the Great Flood, Mephisto has been creating them even earlier. The first recorded Ghost Rider appeared circa 1 million BC and teamed up with a young Odin in the first Iron Fist. Oh, I remember that. That's the Ghost Rider that rides a mammoth.
Wrath on Earth.
That's
A
cool.
sort of heavenly Black Ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red
Oh, boy.
bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon, fitting as his fight with Galactus rents the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I
the
know
kind
that.
of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Scoring the total power of hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the whole
As King of Hell, Johnny broke through a million different enhancements placed by Doctor Strange and Wong, Ghost Rider Volume 9, and harmed Lilith, who planned to merge all of the nether worlds. Spirits of Ghost Rider, Mother of Demons.
every pain you've
Caught and punished.
ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell.
Oh,
Shot.
As they say though,
I mean, it wouldn't work on. Well, okay, you'd be sending Spawn back to Hell, which technically he rules the ninth ring because Malboge is dead. Yeah, that I don't know how that would work.
uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to
Outsped Mjolnir, survived battling World War Hulk, used Penstare on Hull City, took a missile that would have destroyed the angel Saint Michael. Oh. Fought the Avengers to a standstill, defeated Doctor Strange, Mephisto, Null, the Living Darkness, and Zadkiel. Nice.
damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by Hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons without and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways
Nice.
of vengeance,
Nice.
always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
As they sure as hell won't find any in his. This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
With Robin Hood Gold, you can now enjoy the VIP
that's
Trutenic
Yeah,
Corps of US
the
Army
friggin'
and
Spawn
the
movie.
CIA's most decorated assassin, Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun, painting the third world in red, white, and blue, but mostly red.
Until
Yep.
his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The burning was only getting started.
It was, I don't know, okay. Originally, it was Chapel who did it, but then the ownership of Capital was by Rob Liefeld, and then they had to change the origin again, and it kept changing. That's the annoying part.
Because Al's immortal soul was on a one-way trip to hell,
where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the 8th Circle of Hell.
By their pact, Simmons would be reborn a Hellspawn, a
Nice.
superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
And oh boy, that got complicated.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get Monkey's Bud.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later, after his wife had already remarried and had a daughter.
There, you saw her. Now get back to work, bitch.
Thus was born the undead warrior from
I forgot what I was gonna say.
hell itself, Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing.
Albert Francis Simmons, Lieutenant Colonel. Hellspawn, Al, the Sad Man, freaking Cyan. Height 6'3", weight 400 pounds. Yeah, believable. Former CIA assassin, bound to K7 Letha. I thought it was XK. Okay, never mind. A neural parasite. Former King of Hell, longest running independent comic book character. Oh yeah, I forgot. It was like by 2021, it was like 30 years. 30 years. I remember that.
Ever look upon his edge wizard and despair.
Spawn would violently defend New York's downtrodden.
The HBO show was great.
Full breadth of his demonic
It was great.
powers.
He's like a walking superpower inside.
Mortal Kombat.
He can fly, teleport, turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even stop time. Speaking of time, he can fly so fast.
That issue was such a trip because they found like a singular patch of grass from the Garden of Eden, and then Spawn unleashed all of his power, and then amnesia. It was so fucking weird.
He literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He can manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and
Okay, so this is some newer shit because I actually haven't gotten this far.
people. He can even control and absorb your soul.
Wait, Wiz, if he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
He did, or he did multiple times. The first time, that's when like he turned white, and then he was like, "No, I'm a black man." And then later on, it just straight up became like a Venom symbiote from hell, where it was just his normal body, but his eyes were green, like this right here, like this. But it was his actual body, and it could turn it, or he could activate the symbiote and then turn it off whenever he pleased, and it's
Well, he tried to do that, but Malvosia cursed him so that he could only make himself, yeah.
Oh, it's petty trolling like that gets you a throne in hell.
To be fair, Spawn can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all of this crazy.
body manipulation, intangibility, invisibility, shapeshifting, transmutation, regeneration, elemental manipulation, energy absorption, flight, mental manipulation, necromancy, and necroplasm. I mean, that's the thing that powers him. It's not really a power. Sin and soul manipulation, teleportation, time manipulation, weather manipulation. Oh, goodness. The regenerative part about Spawn is so fucking annoying because sometimes he can heal and other times he just can't. And I'm like, I think there was an entire episode of the HBO show where he had his throat like ripped out and he just remained like that for a long ass time. And I'm just like, heal, come on.
crazy shit because he runs on necroplasm. Basically, hell juice.
You're not wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others.
Wait, so wouldn't he weigh more than 400 pounds? Because the 400 pounds is the necroplasm alone, and then you got the whole 6'3" body. What I was trying to say was that because his body is composed of not just the K7 Letha, but his own zombified corpse, he should weigh more than 400 pounds.
Simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them of their
Oh boy. That must have been bad. It's friggin' New York.
evil.
Like Jesus?
Or he can do the reverse and make you experience the full weight of your own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others over your whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's
Yeah.
necroplasm comes with a catch.
Yeah, he's got unlimited.
There's a freaking limiter. It was taken out, and then for a while, like it was gone for a while, and then it came back. It's like, bro, come on.
Amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers. If
Yeah, that's why he uses guns most of the time when he's fighting a Spawn.
he runs out, he's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
And as befits his past profession, he loves his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his
I love the
greatest
90s.
weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the 7th House of K.
You ever wonder why his cape's red? Nope, well, now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million.
And some theologies have suggested that they are symbiotically attached to their outer skin, which is fashioned from the souls of a million sinners. But they're able to walk the earth unnoticed, hiding under the guise that suits their purpose.
Sinners, including every one of Hell's victims, also a touch of vampire for good measure.
K7 Letha is constantly evolving. It can act independently to defend
Agony Axe, Chains of Hell, God Fruit, Guns, AK-830, Rocket Launcher, Brimstone Cannon, Burst Missile Launcher, Madcap Submachine Gun, Necroplasma Gun, Sawed-Off Shotgun, K7 Letha, Sword of the Spirit. I have the Spawn MK figure with the Agony Axe.
Spawn with an
But it's
infinite stream of
the
chains,
yellow one instead
transform
of
into weapons,
normal.
or drain people of their power. It is the most potent weapon Hell has ever created.
It even helped Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy
He didn't really beat Urizen, but sure.
and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
Oh, it's the mother of existence, or the man of miracles.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hellspawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Once the Hellspawn had been sufficiently weakened or disoriented, a final blow cleaned the swift voice of the creature of all living shell from the... It severed as proof of its finality. Then only then will you undead finally do
Though
it.
Spawn
Okay.
has managed to survive this in the past.
Yeah, because... shit. Yeah, he's not affected by decapitation anymore because he rejected hell or something like that. He said so in that comic. I forgot where.
No, Spawn's greatest weakness is his own... how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn fought this angel lady, Angela. Great name.
Oh boy. Lord. It's a shame that Todd no longer owns Angela, thanks to frickin' Neil Gaiman. But with what's been happening in Neil Gaiman recently, I see it payback.
Name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so, Spawn was forever destroyed. until he reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There we are, good as new. That has to be the first time.
Instead of the spear erasing Spawn, Spawn instinctively reflected the power back at the spear itself, erasing it and its wielder from reality. Why? Why? Just why?
Ice Cream Man, a demonic
Billy
clown,
Kincaid.
and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. Wynn was made into Redeemer? Holy shit.
encountered other Hellspawn.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell
I want to watch the HBO show again.
Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Malvosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with Heaven that'd kill all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life and all his death, Al was nothing more than a hired gun.
But he knew it, and he would do so no more.
It's
Spawn
Chapel.
marched down to Hell and ripped Malvosia's head off
With the help of Angela's sword.
a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality. Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of Hell.
As
And then
king,
he said no.
Spawn is
Hell King Spawn constantly increases in power, giant form, omnipotent in hell, soul obliteration, divine spawn, angelic wings granted by Mother of Existence, regeneration, reality configuration. So we're getting divine spawn as well. All right. So Ghost Rider. Okay, I'm not saying Spawn would win, but Ghost Rider is in trouble.
literally a part of Hell itself, gaining access to an unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other Hell
Mammon.
lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so strong, the only thing left was to finally resolve the war between Heaven and Hell.
But Spawn needed help from the being who created this god and Satan to begin with, the Mother of Existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the Tree of Life, Spawn became truly divine, capable of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity.
This God, jeez. They kept changing the origins of God and Satan.
That extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
Spawn broke the stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threatened.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof, good as new.
Finally freed of the weight of heaven and hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a creature of the 90s, Wiz. He won't be happy unless he can angst.
Recreated the entire world, closed all the dead zones created by God, tore a hole in space-time continuum, survived or rewrote his own unexistence, stated to be the strongest hellspawn, matched God and Satan in divine form, defeated Malbolgia, Satan, Mammon, Arisen, Anti-Spawn, and Violator. This part right here reminds me of who is it from Hellsing? Alucard.
Brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
Yep. Respect.
This battle is sponsored by DraftKings. Hell of a
And we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for one hell of a death battle!
Chibi. I wonder who they got to voice Spawn. I know because I've only heard Keith David ever do the voice, and it's like chocolate to my ears. It's great.
Nights like these drive men insane.
Wow, that is good.
Brimstone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
I love that voice. Did they get the guy from the last time to voice Ghost Rider? Hopefully they did.
Go back to the pit you squirmed from,
Nope,
Hellspawn.
doesn't sound like the same guy.
Make me.
It's the freaking what you call it? Mortal Kombat entrance.
If you care, it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
You're keeping the counter. Axe of Agony or Agony.
You've earned your damnation.
Oh, we're taking this to hell already? Okay.
Welcome to hell.
Nice.
Be damned.
Get it. Mortal Kombat. Okay, come on, come on. Come on, Spawn. You're all powerful here, remember? Okay. I guess Spawn is I guess Spawn lost. Shit. It's a rule of thumb for death battles if they push the alt first, they die. Oh well.
The holy cannot disguise your wickedness. God forbid.
Unfortunate. I love the imagery here though. Beautiful. Shit.
Al Simmons, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
Spawn's dead.
I eat sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine.
He lied. He is the Prince of Lies. Wait, I'm an innocent.
Are they gonna kill each other? Shit.
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
KO! God damn! Literally.
This is like, I think Image Comics has a 4-0 win streak now. They're the only company that hasn't lost in Death Battle now. Because okay, there was the first Spawn one versus Kratos, and then Omni-Man versus Homelander, and then Omni-Man versus Bardock, and now this is 4 wins. Shit. Okay. Image is on top.
This was a nail-biter of a battle that pitted Ghost Rider's immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into 4 categories.
First up, power. Divine Spawn could match God in.
I mean, this part is interesting, but hold on. Do they have the a secondary ending? Okay, wait. Ghost Rider is stronger, matching speed, and capable of killing Spawn. Less versatile, vulnerable to being separated from Zarathos. More versatile, can regenerate from anything Rider does. Manipulate multiple ways to bypass that Rider's immortality. Matching speed, far away. Yeah.
Unkillable for
Yeah.
Zarathos' strength advantage to matter in the long run against his crazier ability. The winner is Spawn.
Ah, yes.
Time on
I wonder who's next.
Death Battle.
If it's somebody I care about, then I might watch it.
Subscribe and
I couldn't care less. Oh well. Jesus Christ, that came out so much worse than I thought. As an apology for the terrible quality and the severe lack of uploads, I'll record a small gameplay of the TMNT 2003 game on the Game Boy. I'll be starting with Mikey's story, of course. I'm only recording the first one because I can't be asked to finish the second one.